Hey, start a new interview round.
All right, brand new round. Keeping your 7 question format with feedback only at the end. First question, tell me about yourself.
Hello, my name is Dipanshu. I am a full stack developer from Delhi. I completed my diploma in computer engineering from AIT, and during my diploma days, I find an interest in web development. So, after completing my graduation in BCA, I joined entirely path full stack development course, and now I am focused on MERN Stack development. For development, I use React and Tailwind for my front end, Node.js and Express for my backend, and for my database, I use MongoDB. I also use Git, Blender, Vercel, and MongoDB Atlas for deployment of my project. I also use Bicrypt and JRoot authentications to perform authentication and encryptions in our project. One of my recent projects is personal finance tracking app that extract data from PDF and so categorize spending through visual representation on dashboard. Right now, I am improving my backend skills and working on enhancing my communication, aiming for a full-time role in full stack development.
Okay, thanks. Let's talk React. Can you explain how use effect works?
UseVect is a React hook that is used to perform side effect operations in a component. It is also used to perform lifecycle methods in a component. I use effect can I use effect to it take an dependencies array, and it's decided and dependency array decided that the how much time and when the use effect run with the component. It also uses lifecycle method like components, component in mount, updating, and component with unmount.
Got it. Now, JavaScript question. Can you explain the difference between var, let, and const?
Where, let, and post. All of these are used to define a variable in JavaScript. First, we talk about where. Where is a functional scope variable. It is hosted and defined with it is hosted and defined and initialized with undefined. Uh, a where can be reassigned and redeclared in our project. On the other hand, if you're talking about let is a block scope element variable, and it is also hosted, but does not initialize and remain in temporal dead zone. It can be reassigned but can't be redeclared. And third one is const. Const is also a block level variable, and it can't be reassigned and can't be redeclared. It is also hosted but remain in temporal dead zone.
Next, Node.js. How does middleware work in Express?
A middleware is a special function that works on between the client's request and the server response. Middleware is used to perform authentication, security, and also use error handling. It is also used for performing pure networking routes. In our Express, our middleware is used using app.use. In app.use, we can write any middleware. Our middleware contains three functions. First one is our request, next, and respond. And whenever in our middleware, next calling is necessary because without calling next our functions can't move to the next middleware or routes. Without calling next, our request and response cycle may be discontinued.
All right, database time. What's an index in MongoDB and why use it?
Okay. Index is a special data structure that is used to improve the retrieval process of any search query. Index is a special field can be that can be that can be used in a document. Using index, our process is much faster. And there are two types of index. First one is cluster index, and second one is non-cluster index. In our database, there are many non-cluster index, but there are only one cluster index.
Okay, switching to HTML. What are semantic HTML elements and why do they matter?
In our HTML, there are our tags are divided into two types. First one is semantic, and second one non-semantic. Semantic tags are those tags that have their meaning. And for example, in header, uh, section, footer, navbar, etc. The purpose of using the semantic tags is that we can identify code easily that which section is our header and which section is our footer. And in early days, we use only div tag, and that does not define that div tag does not define that which section is performing the which task. So semantic tags are more preferable in our common in our real-time projects.
Last one, CSS. Can you explain the box model?
Mm, in our HTML or CSS, every content, every text uh, is recognized as a box, and it is defined using the main content. The main content is uh, the main content is known as content, and the distance between the main content and the border is known as padding. And after containing some space, there is outside the content, it is border. And the space between the border and the border after from the another tag, it is called margin. And mainly there are three tags, four uh, mainly there are four components: content, padding, border, and margin in a box model.
Thanks for completing the full round. Here's your evaluation. Overall, I'd give you an 8.2 out of 10. Technically, around an 8.4. Communication around a 7.2. Confidence around 8. Your strengths: solid JavaScript fundamentals, clear React basics, and you stayed calm. Key misses: your MongoDB index answer leaned SQL. In Mongo, talk about single field, compound, text, TTL, and trade offs. Use effect, missed cleanup, and precise dependency behavior. Communication is still the main area. Try to trim fillers, use pauses, and fix small grammar issues like I completed, not I complete. Hiring recommendation: borderline to selected for fresher MERN roles depending on practical rounds. Overall, clear upward trend across your recent mocks. Keep drilling back end depth and speaking rhythm. You're close.
Thank you.